All right, let's welcome everybody to yet again another exciting edition of the Madiba official show. It's time to look at the Black Stars of Ghana. The Black Stars of Ghana drew or they lost by 3-2 against the Seleção of Brazil, and it's time for them to play their second game in the FIFA World Cup against the Korean Republic. So as we are seated, we are going to look at some of the things that we think if the Black Stars is to do, they can be able to qualify into the round of 16 of the 2022 edition of the FIFA World Cup. Please, if this is your first time of joining us or watching our video, we always make sure that we give you the best of videos locally and what view. So please, if you are yet to subscribe, kindly click on the subscribe button so in case of new video you will be notified. Thank you. And if you are an old subscriber, we really appreciate every one of you. So without wasting my time, Ghana Black Stars lost by 3-2 against the Seleção of Portugal. That is in their first game of the World Cup. Ronaldo scoring the opener for the Portuguese. João Felix and Rafael Leao were the other scorers for the Portuguese. On the part of the Ghanaians, it was Andre Morgan Rami Dede Ayew, the captain, who scored the first goal for Ghana before Osman Bukari got the second goal for the Black Stars. The South Korea, on the other hand, drew goalless against the Uruguayan national team led by a certain Luis Suarez Alberto Diaz. So this time around is Ghana against South Korea for the second game of the Group H encounter, and this promises to be a very juicy one as such. We're going to look at some of the things that we think over here that if the coach of Ghana is to do, Ghana can be able to carry the day against South Korea. First and foremost is the formation. Against the Portuguese national team, Ghana went in with a 3-5 formation. And the first half, one thing that we realized is that Ghana were more defensive. Black Stars of Ghana sat deep, soaked the pressure, and tried to play from the counter-attacking break. But Ghana didn't get it their way because whenever the Portuguese lose the ball, they were quick to make sure that they will break the attacking transition of the Ghanaians. So always when Ghana has the ball, they will intercept the ball and they will get the ball back. So in the first half, it didn't work for Ghana because Ghana went in with 3-5 formation and they stayed deep. But with that low block and making sure the Portuguese did not penetrate through their defense. Now they are going to play against a South Korean team with less quality as compared to that of the Portuguese. I'm not saying they are not of quality, but when you compare the quality of the South Korean national team to that of the Portuguese, then you get to know that that of the Portuguese totally outweigh that of the South Koreans. So one thing that I also picked up from the game that the South Koreans played against the Uruguayan was that the South Korean national team sat deep. They played from the counter breaks. So that's what they want to do. So the coach of Ghana has to make sure that he will map up and bring out a good formation. And for me, I want to see a 4-back or 4-man defense. Although in the game against the Portuguese, Jiku, Amati, and Salisu complemented themselves very well. But it's a game that I want to see a 4-man defense. Either Amati and Salisu. Then we get Ali Seidu because he has earned his position as the right fullback of Ghana. Then the left back, Baba Rahman, for me, he should maintain his position, although he was part of the reason why Ghana conceded the second goal to João Felix and to Portugal. But he also made sure that he created the second goal for Ghana. So I'll go in itself with Baba Rahman as the left back. Then in the middle of the park, I'll try to make sure that we will get players that can help in holding onto the ball. So I'll play Salis, that is Abdul Samad Salis, Thomas Teipate. Then I will draw Andre Ayew back to add up into the middle of the park. Then I'll get Kudus, Kamaldeen Suleiman. Then I'll get Iñaki Williams. So this is the formation that for me, I think if the coach of Ghana, Otuado, is to go into the game with, Ghana can be able to do well in the game. Then we move on to the second thing that for me, I think if Ghana is to do, we can be able to leapfrog against the South Koreans. That's the tactics of the team. Now, against the Portuguese, as I said earlier in my submission, we sat deep and tried to play from the counter breaks. Now we are going to play against a team that, for me, I think they want to give us the ball. Ghanaians should get the ball, try to possess, and they will make sure that they will sit deep and play from the counter break because they are players with pace. Hee Chan-Hwan, then you look at Park Ji-sung and the likes. Woo Min-soon. All these are players with pace that knows how to break the lines of opponents. So they want to do that, and the likes of Kim Min-jae at the back will make sure that always they will be there, making sure that they will be blocking the attacks of the Ghanaians and playing the long balls to the attackers for them to be able to pounce on. So Tuado, if I was to be him, I would tell the Ghanaian players to make sure that they will be quick in their transition. Their possession should not be a slow one. They should be quick in their possession so that whenever they have the ball, they also regroup, and they should press from the back of the South Koreans. They shouldn't just sit down and wait for the South Koreans to attack them. And as they are going, they should also look at their back. And Baba Rahman should make sure that he's tactically disciplined. I need to say the same thing. And for me, Ghana is to be disciplined tactically. We can be able to win against the South Korean national team. Third thing is the attitude of the players. The players should make sure that they will give in the best of attitude. What I saw in the game against the Portuguese was that the Ghanaian players had this mediocre mentality, especially when Ghana got the goal. When Osman Bukari came in, they over-respected the Portuguese. So when Ghana got the second goal, they thought they've done well. And it's football. We saw Japan defeating Germany, Saudi Arabia defeating the Argentines. So this is a World Cup, and anything can happen. In a World Cup, we saw North Korea beating even the minds of that is Germany. We saw USA defeating England in 1950 World Cup. So these are things that happens normally in World Cups. So Ghana should have gone into the game, but they respected them. And against South Korea, they should be conscious with their mentality. They shouldn't respect the South Korea, although they have Woo Min-soon. The Ghanaian players also know that they have quality of their own and play with everything that they have, and they have to give in a good account of themselves and put in splendid performances. Then again, complacency is one thing that for me they have to eschew. They have to go or do away with it. Because as a player, if you are complacent, you will tend to relax and play your game, thinking that the opponent cannot hurt you on the transition or on the counter break. And that's one thing that for me, I see can cause a lot of danger to Ghana, because we saw Ghanaians play against the Portuguese, and one thing that they did well was that the Ghanaian players sat deep, and because they thought they couldn't play against the Portuguese, it also went in their favor because they played for the counter breaks. Now they're going to play against a team that will give them the ball. So they will think because they are better than them, they are playing without giving much effort. And if they tend to be complacent, Ghana might lose the game. So Tuado, Chris Hilton, George Boateng, all the coaching staff and the technical staff, they should make sure that they will advise the players against being complacent in this game. And also, Tuado should also work on his substitution. At times, it's not what you plan to do when things are not going on well for you that you are supposed to do when things eventually change. The reason why we effect change or substitution in game is that we want to make sure that we will get a favorable result. So when Ghana played against Portugal, we saw that Kudus Mohammed was coming into the game. That was a time when he started attacking the Portuguese. So it was a time that Ghana needed him in the game, but the coach substituted him off the game, and it ended up hurting Ghana because we lost the game and we lost the steal of Kudus Mohammed. We lost someone that could hold on to the ball when the Portuguese started attacking, and Kudus Mohammed could have done that well, holding on to the ball and drawing fouls off the Portuguese. So he has to make sure his substitution will always be on point. Then lastly is the key players of the Black Stars. Thomas Tei Partey, Andre Ayew. They have to make sure that they will show that they are the leaders of this club or this country. And for me, if they are able to do this thing, Ghana can win against South Korea. Here is the Madiba official show. Thank you for logging on to this channel. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Adios, gracias, muchas. Bye-bye.